Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the upcoming episode of Unfortunate Love was the new beginning for Lakshmi after her marriage saga with Vikrant. So it was everything that happened after Vikrant was exposed. So let's continue from there. Virendra comes to the room and sees Neelam sleeping, and he wonders why Neelam is sleeping till now. He then thinks that Neelam was in tension last night and she couldn't sleep because she had a dream about Rishi, and that is why she is still sleeping till late. Neelam gets up and asks Virendra if he got ready and says she has to make breakfast for Rishi. Virendra says to Neelam that Lakshmi will make food for Rishi. Neelam says, I will make breakfast for my son. She tries to stand up, but she feels headache and she sits again. Virendra says your BP is shot up due to tension, and he asks her to have her medicine. Neelam says, how can I take medicine without food? Lakshmi comes to Virendra and Neelam's room and she brings breakfast. Virendra asks for whom did you bring the food. Lakshmi says she brought the breakfast for mommy, and then she calls her auntie because she has to take her BP medicine. Virendra says yes, and Lakshmi asks Neelam to take care of herself. Virendra asks Neelam to take care of herself for them. Neelam says you are asking me to rest and says if I don't go out from the room, then who will take care of Rishi? And says she doesn't want Lakshmi to take care of Rishi and go near him. Lakshmi says I will not take care of Rishi because Malishka will take care of him. Neelam asks, are you sure? And Lakshmi nods her head. Virendra says to Neelam that only Lakshmi can take better care of Rishi. Lakshmi asks Virendra not to worry for anyone and says Rishi should be fine and it doesn't matter if I or Malishka take care of him. She says if you want, then I will not go near Rishi. Neelam says if Lakshmi is saying that she will not go to Rishi, then I will not go out of the room. Lakshmi goes and Virendra tells Neelam that I hope you understand Lakshmi one day. Malishka wakes up and thinks that how did I sleep till late and what will everyone think, that I am careless and I couldn't take care of Rishi. She thinks if Lakshmi had gone to Rishi and she thinks that she should get ready fast. She gets ready and she goes to Rishi and hugs him, but Rishi feels pain because of his injury. Malishka asks Rishi to take his bath and says she will bring his breakfast. Rishi says in this condition. Malishka goes to the kitchen and asks Lakshmi if the breakfast is made. Lakshmi says, will you take it to Rishi? Malishka asks if she wanted to take it to Rishi before and says, of course, I will take it to Rishi because he will soon become my husband. Lakshmi asks Malishka to make sure that Rishi finished the breakfast. Malishka comes to Rishi and asks him to drink the kada. Rishi asks, did you make it? Malishka says Lakshmi made it and she asks him to finish it. She says soon we will get married and stay in the same room. Shalu calls Lakshmi and asks that how is brother-in-law. Lakshmi says he is fine. Shalu asks Lakshmi not to agree to marry anyone now that Vikrant is out of their lives. And Lakshmi says we should talk about this later. And she asks if Bani is fine. Shalu says yes and Lakshmi ends the call. Rishi gets lost in his thoughts thinking about Lakshmi. Malishka asks that why are you silent? And she says that she is going to try her bridal dress and see if it looks good on her, and says she is dreaming to become his wife and says she cannot wait to get married to him. Malishka gets happy and says that she doesn't know how these days will pass and when she would finally marry Rishi, and Rishi gets tensed and sad. Shalu tells Bani that she is angry at their circumstances and says they don't get just happiness for a while. A boy comes there and gives them a flag. Shalu gives the boy chocolate and hugs him. Bani says, I don't know when my sister will get rid of all her troubles. Shalu says if one problem goes, then another problem comes and they feel frustrated. Ayush wakes up and thinks that even Shalu might have gotten a peaceful sleep. He gets Shalu's call and says, just I miss Shalu. I get her call. Shalu says, did you miss me? Ayush says no and says, I missed Neha and you were standing beside her. He says he had a peaceful sleep. Shalu says she couldn't sleep still and she asks Ayush to come and meet her. Ayush says brother-in-law and sister-in-law are set and he asks if she is talking about them. Shalu says I want to meet you and says she prays to God and she asks God to break Malishka and brother-in-law's alliance just like he broke my sister and Vikrant's marriage. Rishi drinks kada and says his mouth is bitter. Malishka asks should I make it sweet with just one kiss. She is about to kiss Rishi, but Rishi moves and tells her that he has pain in his chest. Malishka says that she will make Rishi have food and she intentionally reminds Rishi of the night that they got intimate and says it was the night when they united to become one and says, I cannot forget that night. Rishi gets upset and gets up from the bed, and Malishka smiles and asks Rishi to have his food. Ayush comes to Rishi's room. Malishka says, your timing is perfect. Ayush asks, should I throw you out of the house? Malishka asks, didn't you see that husband and wife are talking and your timing is bad? Ayush asks, who is husband and wife here? Malishka says, we, Rishi and me. Ayush asks Rishi if he got married to Malishka secretly and says, I wanted to dance in Bharat, and he made fun of Malishka. Rishi asks Ayush that why did he come? Ayush says he is going for the meeting, and he asks Rishi to rest and stay away from stress, signaling at Malishka. He asks Malishka to go from there and not disturb Rishi, and Ayush goes away from there. Malishka says that Ayush has become mannerless. Rishi says Ayush is like that, and he asks Malishka not to feel bad. Malishka says it is okay. Such things happens between brother and sister-in-law. Lakshmi is in the kitchen and she asks Mukesh to keep something on the table. Virendra comes there and apologizes to Lakshmi. He says, Ayush, Shalu and Bani were telling me that Vikrant is not a good man, but I did not believe them. He says it is good that Rishi came and exposed Vikrant, else I wouldn't have forgiven myself. Lakshmi asks Virendra that who can change what is written in destiny, and says you wanted my good and it is not your mistake that you thought the opposite person is good. Virendra says if I had believed Rishi, then this wouldn't have happened. He says I would apologize to Rishi also, and he apologized to Lakshmi and asks her to forgive him. Lakshmi says to Virendra that it is not your mistake, but a misunderstanding, and she asks him to always keep his hand on her head to bless her and not to apologize to her. Virendra gets emotional and Lakshmi hugs him. Malishka looks at them and she gets upset that everyone has started going back to Lakshmi. Virendra says to Lakshmi that I used to think that you would have been born as my daughter, but then I think that I would have bid adieu to you when you get married, and it is good that you came as my daughter-in-law, because now I would always see you and you would always be close to me. Lakshmi says to Virendra that you would always be my father. Malishka thinks that Lakshmi has started her tricks, but she will throw her out of the house without marriage this time. Virendra says to Lakshmi that I would apologize to Rishi also, and he goes. Malishka stops Virendra and says, "Aye, uncle." Virendra also says, "Aye," and he goes. Malishka claps and comes to the kitchen and tells Lakshmi that like a professional killer, Lakshmi has prepared well to stay in the house. Lakshmi says, "You are saying this after knowing everything that happened." Malishka says, "What did I say? That you have to leave the house after your marriage with Vikrant or without the marriage, but now you are still here." Lakshmi says to Malishka that but the marriage did not happen. Malishka says he did not do the marriage intentionally, and she asks Lakshmi to leave from the house silently. Grandma comes there and Malishka keeps quiet. Lakshmi says to Grandma that she was preparing breakfast. Grandma asks about Neelam. Lakshmi says mommy was unwell, so I gave her breakfast in the room. Malishka says to Lakshmi that you did not tell me before that Auntie Neelam is unwell, and says you tried to hide it so that you will look good in her presence for taking care of her and I will look bad. Malishka says she will now go and see her, but Lakshmi asks her not to go because she is sleeping. Grandma asks Malishka why she always thinks that Lakshmi is wrong. Malishka tried to talk, but Grandma asks her to shut up and says enough, and Malishka is shocked. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next episode once it is available. But I'm planning to be giving you guys upcoming episode, 1 episode per day. So bear with me with that. So thank you for watching. I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.